Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, but I don't know whether this is all happening on Zoom while we're doing this.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I don't know if they can see us.
It says meeting is now streaming live on Facebook.
and here we are chatting like there's nothing going on. Hello, my name is Samela Dingus, and this is my guest, Christina Peeples, who's a gerontologist who I hope you will enjoy her story. So, Christina, walk me through how you came to be a gerontologist.
Well, as a kid, I always gravitated towards older adults. So anytime I could get near one, I was in their face. And that would be whether volunteering at nursing homes or seeing them at church. It's just, I loved being around older adults. So I knew that growing up, I wanted to do something related to working with older adults. And I thought that would mean me being like a geriatric nurse, but things didn't play out that way. So I ended up studying gerontology instead and thoroughly enjoyed it. I love learning about the aging process and the different changes that the body goes through and all of that. So I enjoyed it. And when I graduated, it things just didn't work out the way I thought. You know, you feel like when you graduate, boom, you're gonna have all these jobs out here. But that's not how it went. So I ended up just working a regular 9 to 5 job, dealing with health insurance. And after several years went by, I was just like, okay, maybe I need to get my master's, but I didn't have a lot of guidance. So I went and got a master's in gerontology, but I already had an undergraduate in it. So I was just like, I'm gonna just get this master's. Maybe that's what I need to have on my resume for people to want to hire me. Got the master's, graduated, still didn't get a job. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, I would get job interview after job interview, and then they would call me back for a second interview, and I'd be jumping through all of these hoops. Like one job wanted me to do a PowerPoint presentation. So I'm doing all of this stuff, right? Just knowing like, all right, this I'm gonna get my big break. Nothing. Still wasn't getting a job. I kept getting letters saying we're going with another candidate. So over time, I just got really discouraged and down on myself. I felt inadequate. Like, what is wrong with me? Why am I not getting a job in a field that I love and I'm passionate about? And just clear as day, one day it was like, I heard God saying, you're looking at this the wrong way. You need to change your perspective. You can still work with older adults. You can still work in your field and not necessarily get paid for it, but you're still doing what you're passionate about. So I was like, okay, all right, let me get a grip. Let me get myself back on track. So I said, I'm going to start reading all the articles I can as they relate to aging. And I'm going to Google different aging blogs just to see what's out there so I can expand my knowledge. But while doing that, one of the things I realized is that none of the authors I found were Black or really, just a person of color. And so I was like, And then as I kept kind of reading, I felt like it was good information. But when it comes to a person who has no understanding of gerontology, no understanding of just the aging process, the information needs to be relatable. And I didn't feel like there was a connection with that information that was being shared. So I was like, I should do a blog. Had no writing experience or anything like that, but the idea just popped up in my head. So I was just like, but what would I write about? And I'm not a writer. That is not my thing. So I was just like, well, let me just do a little sample. So I did a sample, like I typed up some stuff and I gave it to my mom and I was like, read this. So she read it and she was like, Christina, this is really good. And my mom is not the type to sugarcoat anything. If it's not good, she will tell you. She will be very honest. So I was like, all right, my mom is saying it's good and it might be really good, you know? So I was like, okay, so I'm going to do this blog. But what am I going to call it? So I just, sat there for a few minutes, brainstorming, and I was like, Gerold what? Because so many people murder the word gerontology, or when you say what you studied in school or whatever, people will go, what? Gerold, what, huh? And so I was like, this is perfect. This is what I'm going to call it. And then from there, I'm like, okay, well, what is my goal? What am I wanting to achieve with this blog? And I thought about how many people have negative views towards aging. They don't look forward to getting older. They're fearful about getting older. They believe the hype as far as you'll grow to be dependent or have a cognitive impairment or whatever else, society paints as far as what it means to get older. So I want to be the person who sheds a positive light on the aging experience and explains that those stereotypes, they do not exist when it comes to getting older. We have our ups and downs, yes, but that's life. That's a part of life. So in that, experience, you can still enjoy getting older. You can enjoy the process. You don't have to begrudge it. So I just was like, okay, that's what I'm gonna focus on. And then I thought also for individuals in the Black community who may not know what resources are out there, I was like, well, I'm gonna shed some light on different things that I know a little bit about. So then I came up with, it's an episode called Real Homies Wanna Know. And I was like, on this, I will just cover different topics related to older adults or just related to aging as a whole. And this will just provide more information to the people out there. And yeah, so I had my goals. I said, this is what I want to do. And then it was just a matter of putting myself out there. And I am an introvert. So putting myself out there is very uncomfortable. But I was like, you know what? This is growth, and this is how you can increase confidence in yourself. And this is how you can see that there's a lot of knowledge. You have a lot of good qualities about yourself, and you should share them with the people. So it was like, all right, I'm going to promote myself. I'm going to put myself out there, even though it is uncomfortable. And I'm going to share what I learned. And then as I continue to learn, I'm going to share that as well.
That's awesome. That's fabulous. And it's really great that you said that you went through the whole process of, I know I'm an introvert, but I need to do something different. I know I'm an introvert, but I got to get myself out there. I know I'm an introvert, and in spite of it, you did those things.
Yeah. I mean, to this day, I still have to go through that. I've been doing this blog since 2018, and it doesn't get easier. My nerves, I still get nervous when I have to put stuff out there. I still get super shaky when people want to interview me. Like that's just a part of the process. But it's like, you know what? Even though you're uncomfortable, you're doing what you said you were gonna do, which was, put yourself out there and help people see aging in a different light. So get past the discomfort and just keep moving.
Excellent. And I give you props for serving the Black community because, like you said, there's not a lot of Black voices out there that are discussing gerontology in the aging community. And I think that you serve a great purpose at that point.
Thank you.
I really appreciate that. And what if we want to follow you or get in touch with you? What would we do?
So you can follow me. I have several different platforms. I have Facebook. You can look me up as Gero What, Gero What. I am also on Instagram, which is Gero_what. And you can visit my website, which is www.gerold.com.
Excellent. That's wonderful. And I will put that information and those links in the comments for sure. Yes.
Okay.
And now, do you have any parting wisdom for us?
Yes,
your experience of having done this long, and obviously not
right.
not part of the demographic. However, I'm sure that you have something wise to share with us.
Yeah, I just want people to know that we're all aging. It's not specific to one age group. Everybody is aging. Once we are born, we're aging. And as we continue to move through the aging process, our mind and how we see things, what we say about the things we experience will play a huge role. So just be mindful of how you talk about your aging experience. Are you complaining a lot about your aches and your pains, or are you working with what you have, making modifications to what you have so that you can enjoy your life to the best of your ability? So just focus on the now. Focus on the things you have control over. Focus on the positive aspects of your aging. Don't let the negative parts of it weigh you down, but let it push you. And as you allow it to push you, you'll find, like, you know what? It's not that bad. I had it all wrong. I can get through this. And as I get through it, I'll be a better person, and I will enhance my well-being as I continue to get older.
Perfect. That's so great. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me today at Your Next Option for this interview. Christina Peeples, Gerold, what? Good to talk to you. We'll chat again. Be well. Bye.
Bye.